Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Connection Esports Arena. It is time for some NECC Overwatch semi-finals here. SNHU Sapphire gonna be taking on the Carleton Ravens A squad, and I think this is set to be a good one. We're already getting the map pick done. Gonna be going on to Samoa here, and I'm gonna leave the rest of the insights to you.
Like you said, this is gonna be a big game here. We're up against Charleston University, and I believe their current record is 5-1. So they're pretty strong against Champlain. They 3-0'd them, where we had a 3-1 game with them. So they're definitely still up to speed with SNHU here. So I can only assume that the playstyle is gonna be same. It's gonna be a lot of more even gameplay here as we go into the semifinals.
Yeah, and I mean, why waste any time?
Right.
we could just
why talk about it?
Go right in, obviously. Starting off on Samoa, man, this map is gorgeous. I feel like I say it every time about these new Overwatch 2 maps, but
I mean, it is gorgeous. They put a lot of detail into it. We always mention that. I mean, it's important to recognize that.
Indeed it is, and it's also important to recognize SNHU Sapphire just running with the old standard, that Sigma comp. Gonna be putting in a lot of work here. Unfortunately, not able to see the enemy team, but that's all right. It is going to be a banger of a match as we get started right now.
Yeah, we can only assume that they'll be running a similar comp. I'm not really too sure what else you would be able to run, as this is the current or one of the best things to run during this time here.
Yeah, looks like the Sigma Mirror, although Carleton opting for the Sojourn, getting a lot of damage early onto Ultima Weapon. That's a nice wall. Already broken, though. Ultima Weapon has one to respond. That's a lot of damage coming out.
Oh.
But the Sojourn does kill Kresnik very, very early there. Min gets the first pick, but the rest of SNHU is managing to stay alive here. And, I mean, everyone from Carleton is starting to fall low. Crodex ends up going down, and with no tank, the rest of Carleton is not going to be able to survive for very, very long. They have to get more picks, but Osiren just continues to pop off. Carleton doesn't even get the point, and SNHU very handily wins this first fight.
Yeah, really strong first fight coming out there. They were able
what a stagger!
Oh yeah, true. Now they have to wait even longer.
Oh, that's so huge!
Killed there. Just racking up that percentage on the control point, doing whatever they need to. Kresnik dying early was a big thing here, but it looks like they're already going to be kind of back into play here. That wall's getting big, starting to isolate that tank away, but it's going to be broken soon. He's going to start this fight.
Yeah, but I mean, already SNHU playing so far up, so oppressive. I believe someone from SNHU gets knocked very, very low as that Sojourn starts on the flank, but a nice headshot and an even better Blizzard. Nothing to combat that other than, of course, the Immortality Field, but only gonna last so long. Kresnik mowing down everybody else. It's just the Baptiste, and one more little straggler on point. Amono goes down, and now it's the Baptiste getting staggered.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is a bad one, too.
Your primary healer getting staggered is just something you don't want to see.
Oh my
here,
god, this is a long one.
Oh man, but the rest of the team, as soon as they got there, they were just able to get that pick, and now they have to wait. I mean, when you only have your secondary healer, they can only do so much.
Yeah, you can't push without your Baptiste.
You can't. So they gotta wait for him. So now they're here, they're pushed up. Helios has the flux, and he could just use it to stall this point even longer.
I mean, absolutely might not even need it at this point. The big wall actually doesn't catch anything. The Blizzard and the Flux are there, so that's going to be a lot of damage, but no one immediately going down for SNHU. As I say that, though, Kresnik and Crazy Cat going down, and finally Carleton seems to have broken through the wall there, and at 79%, SNHU sitting pretty, but does not have control of the point.
Right, but they use so many ultimates during that process. I believe they use Window, Flux, and the Blizzard, if I'm correct. So that's 3 ultimates committed to that fight there. It was well needed, but now they only have B and Railgun to really work with.
Yeah, and I mean, already SNHU pushing through, aggressing onto the Baptiste here, but Amono's the one that gets caught out. Kresnik, a lethal weapon with that ultimate. Rich Dova goes down. That's no healing left for Carleton Ravens. Helios and Osiren get traded out, but I don't think there's the sustain there, and Kresnik gonna make sure of it. Just Crodex and the Lucio, they're getting back quite in time, but even still, it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, I mean, once you're kind of pushing up through there, that so much damage output comes out from Mei and Bastion. It's just so hard to block that. We saw the Sigma health just absolutely deplete.
That's a nice wall, but it immediately gets burned. I thought something was going to come from it, but Ultima Web has the Blizzard just completely walling off this angle, making sure that nobody can come through. And I don't even know if Carleton has a touch here, and if they do, they're going to be doing so without a Baptiste, without a Bastion. Kresnik in the back line, absolutely farming. Crazy Cat gets one more onto Crotex, and it's just 2 members left alive for Carleton in this first round. Not going to last very long. Yeti gets one, but I mean, Amono's not going to be able to solo this.
Yeah, I mean, as Lucio, either if you have B or you die. That's basically how it goes. If you're able to somehow output enough damage to kill 3 members of SNHU, I give you my props.
Yeah,
I give you a formal golf clap.
All due respect, but if you as Lucio are able to 1v4, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. You know, maybe check the PC. You know, check his crosshair, or his gaming chair. You know, that's what it is.
True and real.
But now we're heading on to the second round here. SNHU has won this first one, so if they win this other one, they will take the point for this. In about 6 seconds, teams will start to break out, and it looks like SNHU is still gonna keep with the same Sigma comp.
Yeah, and why switch when I mean, it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Or
wait, yeah. No, if
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, wait, that is right. It just sounds weird.
Anyway, anywho, already a lot of space being granted to SNHU as Carleton opting to go directly to point, and I don't love this. Ultima Web having a lot of high ground, not a player that you want to take very lightly at all. That's a nice wall, splitting off a lot of Carleton, although Helios gets a little too deep, gets saved, and I don't know how, but Min is the one to go down, even though Helios falls so low. Everybody from Carleton running for the hills, but it's not enough. Yet again, this collapse from SNHU has been so deadly all season, and it's not going to stop now.
Yeah, I mean, once they got Rich over there, they just had to push in. I mean, because your BAP is gone, your Lucio's gone. What do you have holding that's going to stop SNHU there? They're going to get this first point and start sticking or making it tick high. They didn't get a stagger this round, but
that's a nice wall, though.
That is true.
But already broken, and that's a better one from Ultima Web. Look at the damage being output into this.
The window
is going to make it even worse, although there's another window in response from Carleton. So much damage in this little hallway. Carleton coming out on top here, but still not managing a point presence. Might be able to kill the Lucio. Nope. Min and Yeti make sure that's not going to happen. Still, SNHU gets about 30% on the board here.
Yeah, it's not bad, especially when you're trying to get to 100. That is 31% of 100. So having that pretty strong point is going to be good. CR, though, they're probably going to be having a lot of ultimate value here after trying to attack for so long. The amount of damage that they do, that we saw that double window come out, and now they're just poking at each other, and it could just break out at any time here.
These shields are lasting in the matter of frames. 2 Blizzards, I believe, coming out here. This is an ultimate dump if I've ever seen one, but Carleton, again, just barely coming out on top. It's a lot of damage being pumped out from SNHU, but just a really good use of resources from Carleton to sustain that fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, the lamp from both Baptiste is just, it doesn't seem like any member of CR or SNHU is specifically targeting them. They're just kind of waiting for them to go away there, which is in a strategy of itself, but it's also one thing that's keeping them alive.
Already back to point. What a swift engage here. Yeah, that Flux of Bastion ultimate combo, but Min making sure that Kresnik is the one to fall out of it, and the beat is there. Might be able to extend this fight a little bit further. With Crotex gone, this is not lost for SNHU. A lot of damage going to be coming out. Ultima Web falling very, very low, but it has the cooldowns to sustain. Walls off that window, and that is absolutely massive, forcing Carleton to come into SNHU, and in the meanwhile, they flipped the point. Helios finishes off the remaining members of Carleton, and SNHU back in the driver's seat.
Did Osiren beat there? I'm not sure.
Yes, he did.
He did. Okay, a double beat there because I don't know how they survived the first one without it there, but being able to, like you said, just switching this point around, getting closer up to that 60% mark where CR is, they're going to be able to bring it really close here if Ultima Web uses his Blizzard.
It falls so early.
This is so close, like the highest amount of like Blizzard potential you could get here, but it is also right outside of their spawn. It's a little scary, and I mean, they've got to push forward kind of soon.
Yeah, this is a really aggressive positioning here from SNHU, but as of yet, it's been working really, really well. And that is a massive blizzard. Everybody frozen up. It's like the freezer aisle at the grocery store here. Everybody turned into icicles.
Yeah, I mean that was big. They got a lot of percentage off of that. Now this is gonna be, I want to argue, the last fight you're gonna see from CR. And
what a wall! You can't break that.
Oh, wow.
I don't think Carleton's going to be able to touch here. The body block just going to be too big. The window there to send out the suppressive fire from Kresnik. Just barely are Carleton able to make it. Proc this overtime, but they're on the back foot. Have to use the window here to get a little bit of space. SNHU going to yield that point for a brief moment, wait for that window to go down, and take this really, really strong re-engage. Already, though, Ultimate putting some pressure on. The Flux is there, does not hit anything, although Rich Dova goes down at the hands of Kresnik, and now it's everyone else left to fall. Kresnik gets 3, even under the threat of the Blizzard, ends up dying for it, but that's a trade you take any day of the week. It's just a couple little members left for Carleton, and mate, man, you're not gonna live getting stuck in the corner like that. A great stall attempt, but the numbers just aren't here for Carleton. They're able to keep this overtime going further and further. They actually managed to flip the point there as well, but I mean,
the Flux goes
even
up,
with the Flux, it's not enough. SNHU Sapphire takes map 1 of this semifinal set.
Yeah, now, I mean, like you said, if it's not broken, right, don't fix it. So I just want to see this play of the game coming out from Ultimate Whip here. See what he's got. And it's this game was like, it was a lot. I want to say like there was a lot of times where both teams were able to get super close, especially here, where it's just like they're right at the point, like they're just a lick away from winning, and it's just like the timing and the aggression that SNHU puts out, they're just not able to keep up with that.
Yeah, SNHU just really mastering the art of the team fight there, just disengaging when they need to, engaging when they're able, taking fights on their own terms. It's absolutely masterful play. That's the kind of stuff that coaches are looking for. I mean, that's the stuff that I was always being taught when I was playing.
I mean,
textbook.
Yeah, it's a lot. I feel like it's really repetitive for SNHU. That's how they play on Samoa specifically as well. You know, once you get control, you push up, have it stagger, and that's on any game mode too. You know, push, hybrid, whatever we have up next. That same mechanics can be used to have that stagger, make them wait longer, and just run down that timer, having more in favor for SNHU. And unfortunately, it just doesn't look like they're able to reciprocate that.
Yeah, no, it's just, and it's crazy too, because it's just the little things. SNHU's been a little, just marginally better in those scrappy fights. Carleton will get, 1 or 2 picks, but SNHU, they'll have the resources, they'll have the wherewithal to keep a fight going, and I'm excited to see how they manage to do it on this next map, which I believe we have ready here. Blizzard World, the mix-up.
Something different. I like something. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kings Row, love, fave, adore. But this is something different.
I was not prepared for this mix-up.
I was not either.
Yeah, but Blizzard World, definitely an interesting pick here. I want to see, because I feel like if SNHU is able to play defense first, which I believe they pick sides, so they're likely going to do so. I feel like Blizzard World Point A really heavily favors that Sigma comp, just because it's such a long sight line.
It really is. And you have the shield to block off just the tiny amount of space you're able to get into. And even if you go off into the side and try to attack around the corner, it's still such a small area and a long way you have to walk up there. So I wonder if we'll be seeing any Sombras trying to sneak around and maybe hack, just harass the supports. Maybe even the Sombra Tracers, Sombra Genji. Those you see a lot, but the Sigma comp has been working out pretty fine throughout the season here. So.
I mean, I think that is an understatement. A 6-0 record in regular season and making it to semifinals with very, very little doubt. I think that Sigma comp has been more than working pretty well.
Just a teeny tiny bit.
Maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I think this could be a struggle, but at the same time, this isn't a map that we've seen SNHU play, I believe, all season. So
I don't believe so either. I feel like I don't know, like I don't know for any other team out there, but I feel like Kings Row is just the highest picked for any NECC Overwatch.
Purely anecdotal.
Right.
Every single league that I have played in, at every possible opportunity, it's Kings Row. But instead, we're going to Blizzard World here, ready to get ourselves started here. SNHU up 1-0 in the series thus far. Let's see if Carleton is going to be able to respond here. And this I like. I really hope I'm not being trolled right now.
I mean, we really won't know until like 30 seconds into it. They trolled us one time when they were just doing a weird comp and then just switched to it 5 seconds later. So I wonder if they will go with this Ryan push. Ryan on defense, or sorry, is SNHU attacking here?
Yes.
Yeah, they're attacking. So I mean, Ryan attacking, I feel like that's a little bit better than Ryan defending, because when you're as Ryan, you want to get close up there, and you only have 2 fire strikes to really work with. So I'm thinking, is Ryan the move here for attack?
I don't dislike it. Ryan has a lot of utility here just because those fire strikes are really good at closing a lot of space, do a lot of damage, 100 each, I believe. And SNHU is seeming like they want to just hard rush this.
That's what it's looking like, and most of CR is going to be up and about. It's going to be hard to reach.
Yeah, but SNHU making the textbook rotation, taking this top side here, and then they're going to be able to go through whatever lane they decide to choose. Might be going all the way around here.
Wow.
Indeed, they are looking to push from defender's side. The Winston composition here from Carleton, also a bit of a mix-up, but Ultimate Web catches him. Oh no! And another in the back line. Min is gone already and might be able to get even more as this Ana is heading up the stairs. That's 3. Helios gets another one onto Yeti. And absolutely wonderful, textbook, beautiful rotation, no notes.
Yeah, I mean, they just went around there and just able to sneak into their backlines, like quite literally attacking from the back and just getting those supports. It's game over. Once you get the Mercy, you can't single pocket anyone, and with Ana, you just really just have to get the tank alive, and after that, your team just crumbles. And look how far SNHU is pushed up right now.
Yeah, but it's giving the DPS the high ground, and that's why you want it. Already 2 down. The Blizzard sent down from long range. I don't think it catches anyone, but it gives SNHU space. Siren playing DJ to an audience of none on the cart here.
Heroic. Oh, I thought he was doing the heroic. My fault.
Absolutely beautiful play. And in the
window too.
SNHU is spawn camping on this high ground with the window. They're down to Lucio.
Wow.
They're not playing with their Lucio. This is 4 people spawn camping Carleton right now. What a play, and it's working.
Simon's just, he's doing his duty as a passenger princess there, payload princess, just moving that car as far along as he needs to there, but they're getting pretty close to the point now. They can't play high ground forever, or maybe they can.
I don't know, you got Ultimate Web on the high ground here, really taking a lot of damage onto this Bastion. The wall blocks off the immortality field, meaning Min ends up dying. That's all of the DPS basically gone for Carleton, but the Bob is there. Tanks traded out. Siren also down. This Bob presence on point is clutching it out for Carleton. Kresnik going down as well means that SNHU finally likely gonna have to back out here.
Yeah, I mean, after being on top of there for so long. Oh, they're doing the same thing to Ultimate Web.
Yeah, he almost dies there too.
But I mean, they got so far, and look at the time.
Oh my!
345, 340. They are cruising. They could stall this fight for a long time. If CR's, I mean, if they are able to, CR has to stall this fight for a long time. I mean, once they get onto that point, that's like what, an extra minute and a half. Not to mention, I believe Kresnik does have the Bastion ultimate, and they are so grouped up there, and it looks like it just might be coming out.
I'm looking for the Reinhardt mind games here. Shatter on deck. And there it is. It's a big one, but he gets nuked by Min for the high ground. Min with the help of the Baptiste window just shredding everybody for SNHU. That's a very efficient team fight.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that. The Bastion window is just crazy. Not to mention the right click, the sticky bomb. You're just gonna get so much damage, and it's so hard to defend against that here. But I believe that was 2 ultimates used. Now they kind of have to work again with what they've got. SNHU though, I wish I could see the scoreboard because I forget what exact ultimates that they have here, but they have the window and the bastion.
And oh my goodness, that's a Reinhardt. Not anymore. It isn't. Kresnik catches two really, really early. That's probably going to be enough to secure them this checkpoint if they're able to finish off the rest of these kills super cleanly. And it seems like they might just be able to. Crazy Cat's immortality field falls to that artillery strike, but nothing else. The Blizzard there to secure this point. The Shatter comes out, but probably not going to get any value there. The beat just to make sure that nobody goes down. Kresnik catches two more. Just the Baptiste gonna get staggered a little bit here, and SNHU gonna try to continue this chase here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly who they're looking for. Looks like the last remaining members here. Lucio and
huge. Bare minimum, I don't think the May is getting out of here alive. Yeti's gone.
But they Blizzard.
That's a very aggressive move there. No one's really there to follow up. I believe
that was four of them
on point though.
That was four of them absolutely frozen there. If someone was there to follow up, that could have been a huge amount of value, but I believe you'd only use an ultimate like that if you were switching to another character, but it could also just be a misclick.
Yeah, I mean, a million different options. It seems like they are sticking with this May, unless I'm mistaken. Kresnik coming out with this artillery strike does a lot of damage, forces out that immortality field, but Helios' shield is going to drop first. Tanks traded out for both teams. That is a lot of damage coming out from multiple weapons, though. This Bastion staying alive. Min able to manage with the beat coming out as well, but Bastion with window, you don't want to sleep on that at all, even without that turret form up. Going to do a lot of damage, but Yeti going to do even more. Ultimate Web falls despite still being extended out a little bit. If SNHU can find another pick, maybe they're going to be able to keep this one going. But I think at this point, especially with that window down, you're going to want to try and get out of dodge. Not able to do so. That's just a lot of damage, and you can't outrun that.
I mean, the window is just huge. The lamp saves Amono there. The Lucio left on a couple.
This is a very aggressive Blizzard. I believe it.
I didn't even see it.
But Yeti gets overextended, forced out by that Blizzard, and that's a wonderful wall. No escape for Cronix there, and suddenly SNHU goes from the back foot to absolutely steamrolling through this last point.
Wow, Ultimate Web just... you know what we need a compilation of? Just Ultimate Web's right clicks. That's what we need. That's what we need. Just able to get the Lucio and... excuse me. Sorry, and their supports there. Just knocking them down. They're so close to point now, and they just use the Blizzard.
The Blizzard comes out, the immortality field down, and the Shatter's there. Looking for it is Helios, as long as he's able to stay alive. The Shatter comes out, doesn't hit anyone as Cronix gets nuked by Kresnik. Speaking of nukes from Kresnik, the artillery strike coming through. That's a lot of damage. Mono, the first to fall, and everybody else is going to follow suit. I don't think Carleton is going to be able to pull this one out from the brink here. SNHU able to capture this third point with 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the time bank. That's
wow. I mean, anything over a minute is really ideal. So 1 minute and 11 seconds. I mean,
that's a solid time.
It's a pretty good time. I mean, CR did hold for a very long time though. We saw them kind of stop the push on the first point there. I believe they ran down, I want to say 1 minute to 2 minutes of time. So that's a pretty decent chunk.
Yeah, no, that was a really, really solid stabilization from Carleton, because especially on that first point, I mean, they just kind of got spooked out of nowhere.
They did, just a teeny
just left the lobby for a couple minutes, but able to stabilize really, really quickly, keep their heads in the game. That's so important when it comes to playoff Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, now SNHU is going to be on the defense here. Looks like they're going to keep up the same comp. They're not going to have the Sigma, but they're going to keep the Rhine here, which is, I feel like it's a little bit difficult to defend as Rhine, unless I'm wrong about that.
Anecdotally, as a Rhine player, Rhine kind of goes crazy on this point in particular.
Okay, never mind.
Just because, well, if you think about it, Rhine has those fire strikes, which are his key ult building ability.
Right.
And this entire point, it's just a funnel.
That's okay. You know what? That's true.
It's a funnel towards a choke point. So if you're just throwing out these fire strikes, you're building your ult every single time you hit one. And Ryan's ultimate charge is really, really fast.
Right, but what about Sigma, where he just has his constant balls that he's throwing out?
I mean, that's strong, but sometimes fire strike just kills things.
Okay, that's true. We're doing 100 damage each. You're just able to knock down a squishy and two of them. So
I'm sorry. Is that a diva that I spy with my little eye in the choke point there?
You know what? You might be right here, but Ultimate Web is going.
Ultimate Web. There is an Ultimate Web in your back line.
Getting the mercy.
Gone, and they might be able to kill him here, but no, he gets out scot-free. Has the peel, has the speed. Gonna go back in for seconds.
Oh my.
Kiriko teleports out, though, not letting it happen, but that's a lot of damage on the high grab. The D.Va gets D-Max. That's terrible. You can't have that happening right now because that D.Va is gonna be a non-factor until she dies or gets back in that mech. Rich Dova falls, and this strategy just isn't working right now for Carleton.
Man. I think Carleton just wanted to switch up and catch SNHU off guard here, but it just does not look like it's gonna be doing them any justice here. Ultimate Web, known as the Mercy Killer, just making sure she gets no value whatsoever here, is just gonna be able to. I believe he's just gonna go back up and hold that area there.
Yeah, just the threat of Ultimate Web at this point is just as strong as Ultimate Web as a player, because now you don't want to play up there. Everyone gets filtered right into this side choke. Min goes down immediately, and that window is doing so much damage. Yet 4 people caught out. Chronix all alone. No mech, no team.
If Helios had a shadow here, I would want him to use it.
Oh, what a long stagger there. That's so awful for Carleton, because that's another 10 seconds that they can't even think about pushing.
Right. I mean, at this point, they have around 2 minutes. SNHU, if they're able to just hold even for 1 minute, that's just a crazy amount of time here. Kresnik, we see him with the ultimate. He could be, dude, I don't know how I predicted every time.
Yeah, sent it out early and so deadly with it, but it's Ultimate Web catching Richova again on the Kiriko. The res comes through, not stopped there, thanks to the Valk and a little bit of peel from the tank there, but no immediate response coming out from Carleton. They're just kind of trying to find something.
They blocked Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, the Kitsune Rush comes out, gets blocked. The Echo Duplication comes out, gets answered by a beat. The Blizzard comes through. The Overclock, though, does catch Crazy Cat. Kresnik, the next to go down. Finally, Carleton, again at the last moment, starting to slowly gain a little bit of ground here. Probably going to be able to capture this first point, as Osiren's going to get killed late.
Not yet. He's still alive for a little bit here. Just able to do a little bit of extra damage before Yeti finishes him off. But, I mean,
that's a long first point hold.
1 minute and 19 seconds is the amount of time they had left here. And that you only have a minute and a half to work with now. By this time, SNHU already had pretty much the point here, and they're not stopping with this aggression. They're getting.
Helios has the shatter.
And we do see a switch coming out as well. Ultimate popping onto the Tracer here, just harassing this Mercy more and more. You cannot harass the Mercy enough.
Oh my god, this is so much damage in the back line. The shatter's huge. Richova goes down again. A Mono, the next to fall. There's no healing left for Carleton. They have to do something drastic right now to catch Helios, which is a good first step. And Osiren going down is enough to aid that, but I don't think they're still going to end up winning this fight. That's a nice res onto Yeti, but Ultimate Web still holding down the fort a little bit, able to get this health back up into ship shape, and SNHU just has the speed where they can back off for a brief moment and refight very, very soon.
Oh my.
Though, trying to take the stool in the back line.
Yeah, just trying to get, just stall out the players as much as you really need to. Here, we see that we do have a pulse bomb. Not sure what this window is, but it's working. Oh my
goodness. Look at the angle. That's so weird. Spawn. That literally looks almost to spawn. Now you have Ultimate Web in your backline. Where do you go? Where do you run? You don't. You try to kill, and they're not able to do so. Ultimate Web able to survive thanks to that recall. The shatter comes out. Finally, they're able to kill him. Richova gets one over on him, but Kresnik has the artillery fire. That's going to do a lot of damage, going to force out a lot of positioning here, and Carleton has to use the duplicate there. The stick comes out. That's a great duplication there. Finally, Helios goes down. The duplicate is traded, but that's so far in favor of Carleton. That's a nice fadeaway kill for Kresnik, but the res likely going to be there, not going to be able to be stopped, but Mercy does give up her life for it. Not enough, though.
Yeah, unfortunately there for SNHU, they were able to stall it for a pretty long time, but CR with this comp is actually working out to be pretty well here. You get that aggression coming up from Sojourn, and then D.Va's Matrix blocking a lot of projectiles, which is what this comp from SNHU really is. We see him switch back to the Sigma as well. No more Ryan plays here, so yeah, they just gotta work with what they got.
Richova with a nice headshot into this Kitsune Rush, looking to end this fight very, very early, especially with that D.Va bomb. Catches out the Immortality Field, but Kresnik goes down as well in the meantime.
They have to touch here.
Pops the overclock here, catches Crazy Cat. That's not much healing left for SNHU. They're just going to try and die on the cart here to bleed as much time off the clock as absolutely possible. Able to stay alive until there's just a minute left on the clock there.
Yeah, I mean, they still have. I mean, they still have a pretty big amount of time.
But this is a big comp swap.
Right, we're seeing a big switch here. We're gonna be. I mean, unless they pick the wrong character here, but that's Zenyatta coming out. I believe they've switched back to Alicia. But if they switch to Zenyatta there with his most recent buffs or whatever, it's gonna be huge.
There's an Ultimate Weapon in the back line with a pulse bomb. Ultimate Weapon's in your back line. Carleton Ravens. Do they know? Do they know? I don't know if they know. The stick is there. That's so much damage. That would have been 3 kills if it weren't for the Immortality Field. But Min and Yeti go down. Richova ends up not surviving. My goodness, what a pulse bomb from Ultimate. They didn't know, and it shows.
And now SNHU is going to do what they do best. They're just going to hold these angles, push up, and have that shield. We see them switch back to the right as well. So now SNHU wants to play close range.
This is an honest game right now, a Ryan v. Ryan duel. I just noticed that Min turns Helios to shreds. Sorry. The Immortality Field as well doing so much to keep the rest of Carleton alive. A lot of damage comes out, but not converting to any kills, except for the boop onto Min. That's so huge. The window, though, does come out. That's a bad shatter, courtesy of the Carleton Reinhardt. But still, somehow, someway, the two supports for SNHU managed to turn the fight. Helios gets back in the nick of time, takes out his counterpart in Crodix. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but what a sick fire strike. Read like a book.
Oh my! Just I mean, that's what you need with SNHU here. You have these plays and they pay off well. That wall's not gonna do nothing. The boost is gonna come up. The shatter comes out.
The shatter comes through. Response is a beat and a blizzard. Kresnik goes down. The lamp, no more. Everybody's falling for SNHU. That was a bit of an overextension, and they know it. But SNHU has a couple of key ultimates to refight.
Right, they have the window and they have the blizzard here and the Bastion ultimate. That is 3 solid ultimates you can use here. But CR is gonna look like they're gonna go into overtime for this time here. 10 seconds left. They have to make a move really soon.
Yeah, if they're not able to cap in overtime, Carleton does. If they're not able to cap outside of overtime, which it doesn't seem like they're likely to, that's a good fire strike. But now
the blizzard.
It's worth noting this map is only drawable. Nobody's there to get the point. Just barely able to get into contest. Crodix and Yeti get 2 picks. Already, it seems like SNHU in a bit of a tough spot right now. Mono gets a couple of nice picks. Crodix is able to survive, and Carleton is able to full complete, but crucially, no time left in the bank. So unfortunately for them, this is unwinnable.
Is unwinnable? Like,
it is only drawable for Carleton University right now, and the best.
Only drawable, really?
Yeah, because they didn't cap with time.
Oh, that's right.
SNHU did.
Okay, so I mean, so a draw for an NECC, does it count as a game, or is it just like voided?
True neutral.
It's just in true neutral. Okay. So, I mean, that's what they want to fight for.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it may not be the best outcome, but it's better than getting a loss.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but SNHU has only a little bit more than a minute here, so not a particularly Herculean task at the very least, but SNHU really, really good at these last fight scenarios. I mean,
they're running the same comp that they did in the beginning. If they decide to take that extra long push again, kind of coming in from the back foot, they're not going to have a lot of time, and overtime's going to hit them pretty fast there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they commit to that, especially now that Carleton knows, but we will be seeing soon as there's only 3 seconds left until SNHU exits the spawn.
If they are able to push through the middle here, that would be the most ideal for them because you'd be able to get it within that certain amount of time. They only need a 1 tick here, but you only have a minute of time. You got to push with what you've got. You got to do
Kresnik
falls. Oh my.
Kresnik goes down immediately, and they're not letting the opportunity go to waste. Helios gets the kill onto a Mono, but that's all he can walk away with. Luckily for SNHU, that's a really, really quick fight, though.
Okay, yeah, like you said, just super fast. That's what you need. If one person falls, the whole team might as well just reset. Because in these quick second moments, you just need to have your team here. They're gonna go around onto the left side now. 30 seconds left. They gotta go fast.
Opting for a different rotation here, going to be under a lot of fire from the high ground here, but that's a great wall to mitigate it all. SNHU able to make it to point. They're able to make it to point, and that's critical at this juncture in the game right now. A lot of damage coming out.
But the
Kristic pumping so much fire in, but Ultimate Web falls. The Immortality Field is so clutch. Min is able to do even more. The window there just to make sure. It seems like Carleton able to draw this one out. Indeed, they are.
That was really close there. I mean, the point was, I mean, it was just a little bit away, but unfortunately for both teams, a draw.
That's not ideal to anyone except for maybe Min, who's able to get a play of the game out of the map here. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, the window.
My goodness.
Just the shredding.
Look at that.
I mean, it's just...
What is that?
It's crazy.
What is that? That's disgusting.
It's gross, but it works. So you can't do anything about it there. But unfortunately, yes, a draw did occur here. So that map, if you're good on hybrid, it's basically just, it's annulled. There's no point. You get no value of whatever you did. So.
All right. Well, if you haven't had your snacks ready yet, now's the perfect time to do so. We're going to be throwing to a quick break here, but stay tuned. This is proving to be a nice little set we got cooking up here. We'll be right back. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Here, we're going into map 3 of the SNHU Sapphire Carleton University Ravens NECC Overwatch semi-finals match. Score is 1-0 in favor of SNHU. That last map did end up going to a draw, which is rather unfortunate for both teams, but for Carleton, you can say, at least we didn't lose another map.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that round there, that map is just nullified. SNHU is still, it's technically 1-0 still. So you have other chances now. Carleton Ravens now has other chances to be able to get more points, and that's what they need.
Yeah, this next chance gonna be the flashpoint here. I want to see if they're able to bring it back, get themselves on the board here. And we're getting another new site here as we go on to New Junk City here.
Why this map, out of all Flashpoint maps, the 2 maps that there are?
Yeah, you say out of all Flashpoint maps as if there's a wide selection.
Out of all the maps, why this? I could go off and off, but New Junk City, it is a switch up. It is something different. Why not just use that for now? 0.3 seconds in, we have a pause. Right away here.
The suspense is killing me.
The amount of suspense that we have up here is it's crazy how much we got. But
New Junk City just too powerful.
It's too out of the ordinary where we just have to take a pause for that. I'm not sure what the exact reason is, but
that one was for you to just air your grievances.
But it looks like it was just a technical issue there. But
I still believe that it was for you.
It was. I hope it was. And maybe it was just me to collect my thoughts.
Now that we have a little bit more time. Never mind. We do not have any more time.
Oh, wrong way. Go back.
I was gonna say that we have more time so you can air your grievances, but that we'll have to wait until next time we see these in the flashpoint rotation. Which
in finals,
I mean,
it's definitely possible.
It's possible. It's a coin flip.
It really is.
It's a coin flip that's heavily weighted because everyone likes Cervasa.
It's true, but on these times where New Junk City is able to somehow shine, it does. That's my poem. It does.
What a poem!
Thank you.
That is masterful literary work from you, Madhav.
Thank you.
But going into this, we see another rush composition from SNHU been used pretty well, although it was a very, very tooth and nail game last map. I want to see if they're able to run this back and play a little bit stronger here.
Yeah, I mean, we're already going to see this Osiren, Lucio boosting everybody out here, getting that speed up and fast heal still on the Rhine. If Carleton switches up like they did before, that'd be pretty cool to see, but it looks like they're going to be running a pretty close mirror pick here.
Yeah, again, honest game here. The Rhine mirror coming through, but not for long. Chronic Shield gets turned to Swiss cheese, and then he's the next up on the chopping block. Everybody else gonna call for Carleton University. I mean, that is a quick fight. 1 point hasn't even unlocked yet.
I think that was the fastest fight we've seen for this stream, particularly there. Carleton Ravens it happens, right? Once your shield is gone, what can you do to block the damage? Absolutely nothing.
Use your body, and if you use your body a little bit too much, you're gonna end up falling because of it. And now SNHU again taking this aggressive positioning, probably trying to bait the tank in here and trying to get the wall, but Carleton, wise of it, uses their own wall. SNHU sends in theirs, and that's a swift window, gonna be pumping in so much healing. Kresnik catches 2, that's a lot of damage coming out from him. That's a nice pin from Helios, and just as quickly as they showed up, everybody for Carleton is gone. Sans the poor Baptiste that's gonna get staggered out for so long.
It's unfortunate.
This is a brutal one. Oh my goodness.
Because he's just making it back to his team there before he can see the rest of his family gone, murdered there. And now
SNHU is up to 80%.
Yeah, super close. I mean, Flashpoint, it ticks fast. They call it Flashpoint for a reason, and I don't know if it's even worth to contest anymore because they're just holding this crutch here and they have to find out a way to get through it.
They commit in, but the wall's there and they're not going to be able to touch it. Now SNHU just going to be able to rotate out to the next point. I think that is an odd commit there from Carleton.
I mean, it's like you know, it's that split-second decision that you have to make here, but it doesn't matter. We're already seeing this next fight happen so fast here. The wall comes out, the blizzard
gets canceled. Oh. He dies in the middle of it, and that is so crucial there. That was the fight win in his hands there. Ultimate though, not able to get it out, and that is a quick team kill for Carleton.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what SNHU did in the beginning of the round here. Point did not even unlock, and the team was gone, and now SNHU is getting that same treatment here, and they just have to make the best of it here. Hopefully they're not able, or hopefully they are able to at least touch point before it goes all the way to 100% here. That ultimate coming out is going to do a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, and the Blizzard next up, but Krestic responds with his own artillery strike, and it's just so much better. Helios falls, but the beat is there to sustain in lieu of a tank, and with the tanks being traded out, Helios is going to come back faster. I think it is a wise move at this point if you're Carleton to just try and get out as best as you can, but
unless you're about to get staggered there's only so much what you can do. But we keep seeing Lucio and May be the last two characters remaining every single time.
This Lucio's so low. He has to just get out. He can't even try to contest the point here. Just have to hide away.
I know he's leading and he's like dodging the bullets in real life there, especially on your so low HP. You gotta do what you gotta do. Helios, he has this shatter here. This chokehold is so small. It could just work so well in SNHU's favor here, but that's only if they decide to kind of push through there. It looks like Carleton Ravens just going to take their time, kind of going a different route.
The cooks are in the kitchen. Helios looking for his shatter, but the immortality field already exhausted. Crazy Cat goes down. However, the beat there, I believe a shatter might have come out. Definitely a shatter came out from both sides there, but Ultimate gets two. And the shatter being used in vain for Carleton. Again, SNHU just able to stabilize really well there.
Yeah, I mean, the wall saved them. The wall saved the...
What a shot.
It totally caught me off guard there, but
making you choke on your own words there. I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, literally
out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere there, and now they're just able to hold it so well, similar to what they did onto the first point. They're just gonna take their time and wait. Carleton Ravens, they have to go somewhere else.
Look at this aggressive position. Carleton just can't even think about contesting.
There's no point. I mean, once you kind of go a little bit through it, you're stalled for just the tiniest bit of time. They got point just like that, especially at 90%. I feel like when your team's at 85 to 9%, if you're nowhere near point and you're at spawn, just start heading towards the next flashpoint there. You cannot get there in enough time. But that wall!
The wall is there, but the Blizzard is too. Carleton has to back out. They have to use their lamp to even try to survive there. That's a nice pin. And another Blizzard comes out this time, courtesy of Carleton. And this one maybe just a little bit better. Indeed, it is everybody for SNHU meeting the end of this life, heading back to spawn. Again, a very, very efficient team kill at the start of this next flashpoint.
Yeah, I mean, SNHU, they just decided to hop in a one little area there, and then CR's May is just like, I don't see too much of an issue with this. Just pop the Blizzard, everybody dies there, and now they're gonna get a lot of value. But this is SNHU's quote-unquote final point here. If they are able to get this, they will win the set, since it is a best out of 3 here. And now Carleton Ravens has to hold the best that they can, holding it from the top. Shield just gets deleted.
Shield gets deleted. The May wall is there. Can't use it aggressively to try and secure a kill here. Helios has to be saved by the beat and the lamp here. That's a huge shatter. What a pin from Helios there. Stops that shatter in its tracks. That's going to be a non-factor in this fight, and it's SNHU with the efficient team kill this time.
Yeah, that is a huge disengaged shatter there. That was crazy.
That was nuts.
That was, I mean, how do you even charge into a Ryan like that?
Who pins that?
Yeah, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you pin that? Like, if the shatter hits, wait, does the shatter stop a Ryan thing? Okay, so that's like perfect timing. That's still crazy here. SNHU is racking up the percentage.
I'm waiting for it. Oh, there it is. The immortality field is there. Nobody going to be falling to that artillery strike. Meanwhile, Krodek's getting turned to shrapnel. Nothing more, as that Bastion is going to be shooting through the window. Crazy Cat, Osiren, the sport duo, being a little bit lethal in that fight as well. And this is not looking good for Carleton here. Maybe one more fight if they're able to move out fast.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if they are able to just get in here as soon as possible, like I said, if you're at that 85% and you're near your spawn, it's gonna be hard to move. We see Kresnik popping this ultimate early just to stall him even longer.
Oh my
is
God,
able to
Yeti
get
falls.
Yeti. And the Lucio left on such low HP. The Winston as well trying to hop onto point, but
Yeah,
it just doesn't look like they're able to make it.
SNHU able to bring this set up to 2-0. One more map, and they've secured their spot in finals.
Right, and I believe that final game mode is push, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we're jumping the gun a little bit, though. Crazy Cat gets his play of the game here. That's a huge immortality field and a bigger window. Look at the damage coming out of that. Oh my!
And the healing as well, just keeping Helios alive.
Helios was uncritical that entire fight and still managed to get out alive.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. I said this before. I wish we could see the statistics and like how much the healing does for each player there. I mean, I just know Crazy Cat so much,
dude. It's ridiculous. It's how strong these supports are.
Yeah,
support is just such a carry role. Honestly,
it is. I mean, that's what you need, because I feel like just Baptiste in general. I don't think there's been like a game where Baptiste is not played.
Because he's good.
He
has a high healing output. He has good burst healing, immortality field as an ability.
Yeah, I mean they both solo. I mean it just destroys any other support.
Yeah, I mean he's got good move it, good damage output.
Yeah,
he's got all the tools. And
yeah, I mean
Crazy Cat using them very, very effectively.
Yeah, but now hopping on to push here. For maps, I believe we do not have a current knowledge of a map selected.
No, I'm just gonna pick one out of a hat.
Yeah,
and say we're going to Coliseo.
Coliseo. What about
pure vibes? Because I don't think it's gonna be New Queen Street. Because if I had to guess what they're banning, it's probably that. So I'm expecting the Coliseo, but I wouldn't rule out an Esperanza.
Esperanza, I'm okay with Esperanza. Esperanza and Coliseo are. I feel like those are the only two maps I'd really play push on.
They're good.
They are good. And I hate push. I'm not a fan of push.
I am a certified push enjoyer.
Certified? How do you get certified if you don't mind me asking?
You just play it enough.
You just play it enough.
And you don't complain about it on Reddit.
That's so fair. Yeah, no.
Once push has been out for like 3 months and you haven't complained about it on any form of social media, you just get your certification in the mail.
That's so fair, because for me as a professional quick play enjoyer, I absolutely hate push with all of my power, and I wish I could get it out of the game.
Now, push is so hype, especially in these scenarios when someone's on the brink of a finals game here. SNHU been dominant all season, 6-0 in the regular season, brought to a map 5 only by RPI Red at the very, very tail end of the season. Gets a 3-0 last round. Close to a 3-0 here, although with a little bit of an asterisk, but we'll see if my prediction is right here as we have the map preview ready, and drum roll.
Speechless. That's all I can say. I think they listened. I think they heard you. They really just picked it out of a hat. They're like, oh, we're just gonna go with whatever Matt says.
What can I say?
What can I say? What can you say, really? And SNHU is up 2 points here, so this map, if they do win it, will set SNHU in that finals lock. So it's these next two maps, if they are able to get to escort, but this map in particular, that's gonna be. I feel like this is gonna be the biggest map here.
And I mean, like, I with the record of SNHU Sapphire at this point in the season, I don't think there's a single map that doesn't favor them. Quite frankly, all due respect, but I think Coliseo just really, really favors them. So this is going to be an uphill battle for the Carleton Ravens to salvage their playoff berth from the brink here. We're going to see if they're able to do so, as I believe we're just about ready to get into game here.
Yeah, let's see what we've got here. It looks like, I mean, right now with the first couple seconds here, SNHU is going to be running that Ryan comp, and I do not blame them for it. Ryan on this map is, I can't tell if he's overplayed or underplayed. I feel like he's a little bit overplayed on Coliseum.
But he's good.
He is good. You can't complain about it.
It's a very linear map with a lot of natural cover, very much favors that Ryan composition. Quite frankly, I get the feeling that Helios before this game was just like, I've been playing Sigma all season. Please let me out of this character. Please let me out of jail.
Yeah, he wants a little bit of a switch here playing Ryan. is fun. It's fun. It's enjoyable. And when you're up close like that, you're just able to do so much here. But they're just waiting for what Carleton's going to be playing here.
Very different comp from Carleton here. I believe I saw a Winston Echo Sojourn here. I mean, not really any targets to run on, but then again, you can just sometimes get a pin out of nowhere. The Sojourn in the backline with a Mercy Pocket, though, gonna be a little dangerous. Ultimate has his attention right on him, and that Winston, falling dangerously low, ends up jumping in, but Min ends up winning the 1v1. That's a pretty nice little thing to take there, as now you have free reign of this backline. SNHU kind of stuck in this corner here, but now it's SNHU
there
in
we
the
go.
backline.
Gone.
Ends up deleting Crodex from the server, the Immortality Field up to make sure the Kresnik is able to stay alive. Crazy Cat goes down, but so does basically everyone from Carleton. So
Yeah.
it's a good trade, but just not quite enough.
I was just going to say, if Carleton Ravens were able to win that fight, I was just going to think, what if they just immediately switch to Reaper there? Ultimate Web just switching over to the Reaper. Your Winston comp is instantly gone there, and now Ultimate Web is just on the Tracer, and there's a Mercy. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do as these damage.
We've seen Ultimate Web's tracking throughout the entire season. If I'm Carleton, I am terrified of this man just showing up in my backline like he's trying to do right now.
It's so much that a Tracer can really do here, getting so much damage off and distracting the players. SNHU is still able to push this robot without any stops so far.
That's so much damage! Able to kill through the Mercy Pocket, able to kill Lamono on the Mercy too. Ultimate Web forced to be reckoned with in the backline. You can't take your eyes off him. Carleton did, and they paid the price for it.
What a sticky grenade coming out from Kresnik, launching the Sojourn in the air.
What is that?
And just making the Kiriko turn around. He does not want to deal with a Tracer whatsoever here. And Crazy Cat, I was gonna say extended, but he's just right there. Back with his team there. He has the window. Ultimate Web does have the pulse bomb here. He is in the back lines. It can be scary of what could happen. The Lucio doing a lot of damage, but no value will come out of it.
Man, the hero of this fight able to catch Ultimate Web with that pulse bomb. Not gonna be coming into play here, but the Junker Queen swap from Carleton is gonna mean a lot more sustain in this mid-fight. Helios falls so low. The window and the Immortality Field are there to save him, but there's no shield. Kresnik goes down to Yeti by way of some Tracer shots there, and Carleton may have just found an answer.
Right, I mean, oh my, the Sojourn is incredibly weak, but the heals there. There it is. I was waiting for it, but Junker Key, JQ switch. I mean, she's a very good character, and her swings, I believe they tear right through shields. So you got to be really careful with what you can do with JQ here. Helios is gonna dive right in though. He has the shatter. He wants to get aggressive, and they're up top. Kresnik is going to hold this spot. He's going to do a lot of damage as well as Mo Web with the pulse bomb. Unfortunately, not going to get any value, but the shatter comes out.
But I believe that Suzu was there. I believe Kresnik also not catching the beat means that he goes down to a pulse bomb. But still, that's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of SNHU right now. So, as I say that, dead even. Ultimate Web, though, making sure that they're able to win this fight. Just a couple of members left. Crodex not going down without a fight. It's going to be a 2v1 scenario here, and Crodex actually takes out Ultimate Web with just a sliver of life remaining.
Yeah, I mean, when you have that shout there, you're just able to get
Fight's not over. Fight's not over. Kresnik and Osiren are both back. If they're not able to push this point, they're very minimum able to stall it out, wait for the reinforcements of SNHU. You can't push this if you're Carleton.
That's true. I mean, Lucio Bastion, Bastion is already pretty fast for what he is, and then just having that speed with his turret firm as well. I mean, there's a lot of damage coming out from there, but now Helios he's just. I feel like we just seen him on the aggression. We haven't seen him not be aggressive here, and that's what you have to do as Ryan. But CR does have control of the point here. There's one person pushing it, but SNHU is just staying committed to this fight that's happening right now.
The bull has met the China shop, so to speak, and Crodex not even meeting the bull, just gets nuked in the back line there, tries to get aggressive onto the rest of SNHU, but ends up dying for it. Helios falls very, very low, has no shield, but I believe it's a bit of a stalemate right now. No picks really being garnered other than that first one. That Kitsune Wreck does come out. Finally, Carleton starting to take advantage, gets 3 good kills, but in the meantime, Ultimate Web just stalling this one out.
I mean, yeah, that's what you got to do when you're the last one remaining. That's all you really can do. They did not stagger him out any longer than he was already needed to. They need to get this robot moving, and they need to get a lot of distance here. And now they just have to really worry about what SNHU has. Kresnik already going to be super close to his ultimate. It's going to be so scary. If he's able to get that ultimate.
Scary is the right word for Kresnik on the Bastion in general. We see there the Junker Queen already almost goes down, but Amono, the target acquired from Kresnik, gets that first pick. No speed out for Crodix, means he is not going to be long for the team fight, and everybody else just getting shredded down. My goodness, what a fight from SNHU. Great play. Ultimate in a little bit of danger here, but has the peel of the rest of his team, and now it's the rest of Carleton who's in dire straits right now.
Yeah,
Looks like, though, they're able to get out.
It doesn't matter. They're pushing up this spot here. Helios moving it to the max. Ultimate does have Blizzard here, can get a lot of value off of that as well. Not to mention when paired with the Bastion, Ultimate can do only so much.
Oh no! Mid on the flank. Richdova also goes down at the start of that fight. That's 2 down, only 3 players remaining for Carleton. This Blizzard is just gonna make sure that SNHU gets this checkpoint here.
Yeah, we already seen how far they pushed up before. Ultimate Web is gonna finish off this Lucio, or try to. The Kiriko's there to help him, and it's just a 1v2 right now.
The peel's there though. Both supports might end up dying here. At least Amono does. The Kiriko makes it out alive, but this Junker Queen ult, ends up getting committed.
Oh, the shatter.
Well as the overclock, the solo shatter onto Crodix, secures that kill, gets rid of that tank. In the meantime, though, the DPS line for Carleton been kind of farming. Helios falling critical, able to survive. The Crazy Cat gets stuck by a very nice pulse bomb here. Finally, Carleton clawing this one back, able to maintain some pretty good control in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes remaining here. Both teams haven't been able to get it extremely far, but SNHU is still in favor by around 40 meters here. I believe almost every single one of them has their ultimate ability ready there, except for possibly Ultimate Web. Regardless, he's still extremely close to it, and now with this bot being so close to the spawn, Kresnik is going to use that ultimate and hopefully get a lot of damage off.
Yeah, look at that positioning there. Osiren loses the duel to Amono there, but that's not what you want to see. And with Richdova getting another, SNHU already down 2, pulls Kresnik in, make sure that he dies quickly, and that lamp too little too late. They're going to have to kill Crazy Cat as he is stalling on point. Yeah, no stagger there.
That Kitsune Rush can do so much. I mean, even if they had a soldier there and the soldier ulted, the Kitsune Rush soldier is just crazy. There's the amount of damage that is amplified, the speed, and just how quickly you move, it's so hard to counter it.
Yeah, but SNHU already taking a very quick refight here. Don't want to give up this checkpoint for a spawn reasoning here. Ultimate has this Blizzard. Helios' shield falling very low. But already there's the engage there. And my goodness, Crodix able to break the LOS of the Blizzard there, but not enough to survive. The Yeti's Pulse Bomb gets Kresnik a low, but does not secure the kill. Carleton getting sent down back to spawn just as quickly as they almost got that checkpoint.
Yeah, now this is why I very much despise push, because you get it so far, and then as you're about to refight or get this fight again, you have to push it all the way back, and with only a minute remaining, you can only get so much distance without it going into overtime. It's just not enough time at all here, and they're all stuck in this area like before. And they just, again, I've said it so many times, they have to work with what they've got. Junker Queen with the axe is going to get a lot of value off of it. Yeti with the tracer is going to do a lot of damage, and they have to get out of this position. This position was very beneficial to Carleton before, and they know it. They're taking advantage. Crodix goes down, but that's a 2-for-1 trade. Crazy Cat on the Baptiste, meaning goes down, means everybody for SNHU not going to survive very long, and it is do or die for Carleton. They win that fight, and they are on track to just about take this. 23 seconds left. Yeah, I mean, they have to push this to overtime, and it's not like they only need 10 meters. 10 meters is It's pretty close than where SNHU would like it to be. They have a window to stop this push, and for SNHU's best bets, they may just want to stay up top, use the window, hold it, get enough damage as possible, and use that as their win condition here.
Yeah, absolutely. Helios just kind of contesting the cart, making sure that it slows down the window here.
Oh.
Huge, but the pulse bomb is there, and the Rampage follow-up is even bigger. Nobody has any health. Helios catches 2, but it's only 2. Ultimate Web trying to survive here with the help of a Siren. Maybe just barely get out here, but the pressure is on, and SNHU at the very end. It's a little bit tough here. This stall on the checkpoint is going to last for a brief moment. Helios coming out on the Doomfist, waiting until the last moment, engages onto this point. The overclock there for the enemy Sojourn. That's going to be a lot of damage. The Kitsune Rush, though, does come out alongside the Suzu. As you said, it's an even trade, but this is not an advantageous fight for SNHU. They have to take this very quickly. They know that this is their last chance. To secure this map. Siren gets the beat. Super late. That's so much sustain. Crazy Cat under a little bit of pressure, able to keep most of the team up. Only Kresnik falling. Ultimate Web catches the mono super late. You can't have that happen. The Battle of the Doomfists, and SNHU seems to be winning it. They pull it out from the break. They're going to finals.
Oh my god. Ultimate Web just popping off there. I believe 4 picks coming out for him. Both supports, the Doomfist. And I don't even know what just happened, but it was so incredibly fast here. Yeti with the play of the game. This was a good play.
This was a really good play, but not quite good enough. This is where we thought that they were just going to be able to run it back. But, man, what a set there. 3-0 with a tiny little asterisk there for SNHU. And that's a nice little way to pave your path into the NECC Overwatch finals here in this season. Very big congratulations to them, and congratulations to Carleton for making it this far. This
so unfortunate. You said it was gonna be an uphill battle. I think the fight was pretty even. I feel like this is where the skills from both teams that was the most equal and even I've seen so far.
Look, you say you hate push.
I hate push,
but that push map was so sick.
Yes, it was a nail
biter to the very end. I full respect to both of these teams for making it this far in a pretty stacked couple of divisions too. I mean, there's some really strong talent in both of the NECC Northeast divisions here. It is no small feat to make it this far into bracket, but SNHU just coming out a little bit stronger at the end of every map, able to stabilize when they really needed to, have that clutch factor that you can't really measure in any traditional terms, and that's why they're going to be the ones headed to the finals here.
Yeah, I mean, long game, but both teams, like you said, played beautifully, and I don't believe that, I feel like that's it. That's needed to say for now. Do you have anything else that may be coming up pretty soon?
Well, I have plenty to say other than the next. Now, the confirmed finals match for Overwatch here, going to be coming up next week versus the winner of, I believe, that is Arcadia versus RPI Red. Maybe RPI Red can get the run back in the finals.
That'd be a crazy rematch.
That'd be very sick. I'd love to see those two teams duke it out once more with the pressure of finals on the line, but that's not even close to all we have coming up in the next week or so for y'all here. I'm pulling up the list on my phone because if you tuned in on Tuesday, you know that there's plenty that we got coming up.
Yeah.
Not only do we have Granite State Grind on Saturday, our wonderful monthly Smash tournament, all skill levels welcome, always a grand old time. I'm going to be there. I don't know if you're going to be there, but
I'll be there Saturday.
We're pretty busy bees here because not only do we have that on Saturday, we have the NHIAA High School Rocket League tournament also happening on Saturday, which I know we've kind of been in a Rocket League drought this semester, so it's good to see some of that game being represented, especially with some younger talent in that high school tournament. But if Rocket League isn't your game, you want a little bit more Smash Bros., We got the NHIAA Super Smash Brothers
Let's
tournament
go.
as well. This is where we saw Thrigs actually on the SNHU Smash team first compete in the NHIAA Smash tournament last year. So who knows? You tune in, you might see the next star for SNHU's Super Smash Brothers roster. In the immediate future, we have a League of Legends ECC coming up tomorrow night, so that should be a good match there. And just as something a little bit different, just to throw you the little curveball at the very end of it all, we are running a charity stream with Thankmas on December 7th. That is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, next Thursday.
I think you're right.
I'm not the best with dates, but I believe I got it right
I think
there.
you're right.
So, come on out, support. It's going to be a fun time. A lot of stuff cooking in the oven right now. Follow our socials and our Discord to keep up with that. You know what? I'm blanking, Madav. What are our socials? Where can you find us?
Absolutely every platform that has a relevance to this day. There we have TikTok, Instagram. Our best way to keep our best social media to get any updates at all is Twitter. Twitter is where you'll get all the information as fast as possible. We're pretty active on there as well. If you're confused about anything, just go to our Twitter. That's the number one place you really want to go. Follow all of them, join the Discord, and make sure you have notifications turned on Twitch so you never miss another SNHU live stream.
Yeah, we're deep in the weeds of playoffs here, getting into finals territory for, I believe, a couple of games, not just Overwatch. It's a very exciting time to be watching. You don't want to miss a single second of the action. So as Madav said so eloquently, turn on your notifications. You'll want it. But with that, I'm glad that you'll have been able to join us for this journey. We will see you very, very soon in Overwatch for finals, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of you at the events coming up this weekend. Have a great night. We'll see you then.